All right, Anabolic Academy. Another week has gone by. The weeks just keep on flying by, man. It's unbelievable. Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding is the only spot you can find Anabolic Academy. So, what is Anabolic Academy? This is a spot or the episode of my channel where you ask me questions about bodybuilding, fitness, or if you just like to ask me anything, I don't care. Um, and I answer them right here on YouTube or on Rumble or Apple iTunes or Spotify, because that's where you can find my show. But right now we're on YouTube. Anyway, where can you reach me if you want to ask me a question? All right, well, Serious and Silliness Instagram, John Livia Facebook, John Livia TikTok. Email me, John underscore Livia at Yahoo, Uncle John 1201 at Gmail. Or if you see me in person, although I haven't had one of those in a while, but sometimes I do like those. If it's a good question, I'll throw them on here. But anyway, so a couple of things I want to say before we get started. I want to wish Holly a very happy birthday. She had a birthday this past weekend, and that is Holly Holmes 837 on Instagram. Holly has become a friend and a friend of the show and a friend of mine, and she is a great supporter of the show, and she's always tuning in since day one. And like I said, I don't consider people like that fans. I consider them family. So, Holly, I hope you had a happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed yourself this weekend. Now, next, I know I don't have any fucking sponsors, but I'm still plugging my friend stuff. So, I Prevail Sups. You guys know I'm very good friends with Jason Ons, and that is his supplement line, I dash Prevail Sups. So, his website is www.i-prevailsups.com, and you could use my discount code SN, the symbol end, SN S10, and get your 10% discount. I just ordered his pump product because I want to give it a shot. I would never really was into pump products. I actually did something last week where somebody asked me about products that I don't think are very, you know, valuable, if you want to say. And I said pump products, but there are people that said, "Oh, no, 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 you got to try them. It's actually really good." So you know what? I figured, why not? Maybe I'll learn something. So I ordered one from him. My other friend, Amin, no thank you. Arman Adibi, he has a supplement line. He's got some good stuff coming out, and he's got some good pump products. He's got some good BCAA stuff. ArmanAdibi.com. Now I'm just plugging those guys because they have been good friends and good friends of the show and supporters of mine. I don't make a dime. Just go over there and give them a shot, man. How bad could it be? I'll tell you this much: they are better than the shit you're gonna get at fucking Vitamin Shop or GNC. GNC sucks. How are they still in business? You ever go into GNC? There's like one person in there ever. I don't know. All right, we only have three questions, but uh, three pretty good questions actually. Oh, I just did a live feed with Lee Priest, although I kind of screwed up because I gave Lee the wrong time because I totally forgot that we had daylight savings time this weekend, and he did not in Australia. So I told him it was 12:30 his time. Turned out to be 11:30 his time, and I sent him the thing early, and he was doing stuff, and he popped in for like 5 minutes. But it was basically me bitching and moaning about the men's physique guy that was bitching and moaning. But go back and watch it because I answered a lot of questions. We were talking about what's his name, Ali Bilal. That's what we were talking about, and we talked about Bob and Nick, and we talked about Kai Green and whatnot, the Masters Olympia. But anyway, all right. First question from Billy Del Russo. Billy Del Russo is a hairdresser, and I can't stress this enough. Billy is not a homosexual. I know what you're gonna tell me. I know. Impossible. Impossible that a straight man could do women's hair so good that he can make a living at it. I know. I know. I said the same thing. I said, "You got to be one of those homosexuals." And he said, "Absolutely not." He was actually engaged once before, and now he has a new girlfriend. So he is not gay, although all signs point to it, but he's not. Anyway, His question, he wants to know why, when you inject yourself with a steroid or whatever, why does it sometimes become red and swollen? All right, so this is really common, and people get nervous over this, but it's really, really common. Most of the time, it happens just because it's called a steroid flare. Most of the time, it happens, it's just a reaction from actually injecting you with something. You can inject an antibiotic and it could possibly happen to you, okay? And it's nothing to worry about. Within a day or two, it's going to go away. Now, there if it now in the rare listen to my listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. In the rare occasion that's not it. Okay, like maybe you have a allergic reaction, or maybe you injected something wrong, like you hit something or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe the compound you use was too. A lot of times it happens when you use like a testosterone the compound is very dense, like it's 450 milligrams per cc, and the body doesn't absorb it quickly. Okay, but most even if it's that case, even if that's the case, it's gonna go away in a day or two. But if you have an allergic reaction and something happens, and in the rare occasion where it doesn't go away, you could put ice on it. You can go to the doctor. You go to the ER. These things are very easily worked out. It's nothing. 99% of the time, it is nothing to worry about. In a day or two, it's going to go away. The swelling's going to go down. The redness is going to go away. It's just a little bit of discomfort. It is nothing to worry about. Sometimes it happens, but the allergic reaction one might happen because like the stuff is made cheap, it's made dirty. But for the most part, man, this is just something simple. It's something common that happens when you inject yourself. You could inject yourself with really anything that could happen. But when it's a steroid, it goes a steroid flare, but it lasts like a day or two. Like I said, it's no big deal. Now let's get on to the next two questions. Unfortunately, we only have three questions, but we always have pretty good questions. And guess what? Guess who the next question is from? Fran is the man. Because guess what? Fran gets me hot because he is the motherfucking man. You guys are fucked up. All right. He says, do you feel the prize money for men's physique should be more than what it is? No, I do not. I hate men's physique. I do not cover men's physique. I don't know anybody who covers men's physique in my world. In my bodybuilding, YouTube, social media world, nobody covers men's physique. It's classic physique and bodybuilding. That's it. Ali Bilal bitching and moaning about um, Ali Bilal bitching and moaning about wanting more money from the Arnold Classic win is equivalent to the WNBA girls saying that they're going to strike for the WNBA if they don't get paid enough. You don't have any negotiation power. What's his name? I wrote it down. Ali. You don't have any negotiation power. You're coming to the table with nothing. Nobody cares if you're there. Nobody cares if you're not there. Matter of fact, if there is no men's physique next year, people will just be happy that there's one less class that they have to sit through. And that is the painful truth. I had made a joke and I said that the wheelchair competitors only get 4 grand and you're bitching and moaning over it. And it's the same criteria. Well, you know what? The truth is, I'd rather watch the real wheelchair because at least it's motivational and inspiring. Like they have a reason why they can't do legs and they still fucking fight through it. And they're still up there doing what they got to do. You're just fucking complaining. Mm. And what makes it even worse about this guy, and I said it on my fucking live feed, was that he comes from a country. He comes from Afghanistan, and from what I understand, he has a terrible upbringing, really rough. He went through hell and back, and instead of being grateful for being in this country and being able to earn a living wearing board shorts and standing on stage, he's complaining. He should be grateful that he has the opportunity in this country going through what he had to go through in the Middle East. So it makes, to me, it makes it even worse because you went through all this crap and you're not even grateful for what you have. You're just complaining about, I'm not going to compete there anymore. Arnold Schwarzenegger hurt my feelings because what he said, and we should make more money. No, you shouldn't make more money because nobody watches your shit. Nobody know, dude. Nobody knew who you were until you complained. Nobody knew who you were when you even won the Arnold Classic. Nobody. Nobody. I don't think I've ever invited a men's physique guy on my show. Period. That's how much nobody cares. I never even thought to invite a men's physique guy on my show for an interview. I mean, be grateful that you have the opportunity, that the opportunity is given to you to brand yourself, to put yourself out there, and to make a living doing something that you love. And stop bitching and whining. Nobody respects that. Nobody. Especially when you come from a country where you don't have two nickels to rub together and you're finally in a country that gives you every opportunity to make it financially and to be safe and to live in a democracy where your voice is heard. All right. That's that. Next question and last question from Vigar. Again, I'm going to spell it. Vigar underscore SELJENES. Thoughts on Bob Chick being outspoken about current pros while being the. Oh, right. Gotcha. Okay, we all get it. All right. I didn't really think it was that bad. Look, just because he's the athlete's rep doesn't mean he doesn't have an opinion. I mean, look, I know people don't like Bob. I mean, he's been on my show. I interviewed him with the Phil Clayhar thing, going back and forth. He was cool. He was cool with me. I was cool with him. We even spoke on the phone the next day. He was all right. I got nothing against him. I know people. He's not the most likable guy in the world. Okay. I know he could come off as arrogant and cocky, but he did go on a podcast. He was asked questions and he gave his honest answer, his honest opinion. And his honest opinion was, I don't think Nick can win the Olympia because of his structure, because he has an H frame. I kind of hold the same opinion. The only thing I say different is that you never know what could happen because, Nick could come in 100% and another guy could come in not so and he leaves the door open and Nick wins it. We've seen it done before. We've seen it happen. The best example that I could think is when Jay Cutler lost to Dexter. And I know Dexter has a beautiful physique, but Jay was off that year. Dexter snuck in because Dexter was never off. He was always on. He was always chiseled. He was always popped. His muscles was always popping. So and that's the way Dexter won. Same thing could happen to him. Odds are against it, but it could very well happen. In Nick's early career, he already won an Arnold Classic. He already won two New York Pros, and he's top five at the Olympia. That is a great bodybuilder right there. Okay, that is a great bodybuilder. Now Nick's response, he's entitled to his response. As far as I'm concerned, if somebody says something publicly about you, publicly, you have just as much right as to say something publicly about them. And his answer was, "Who the fuck is Bob?" I don't think, I honestly don't think these things bother Nick. I think Nick has thicker skin. I don't think Nick could give two shits, to be honest with you. And I think Nick is going to have a great year. I think he's going to have a great year. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. I really do, because I don't think he's the type of guy that doesn't want to compete. And I think he's very disappointed in himself over the last couple of years that he couldn't compete at the Olympia, you know? Um, so he has a very good shot of winning. What's he doing? Pittsburgh? Of winning Pittsburgh. And it's going to be rough. It's no joke. He's going to go up against Martin. And that's becoming a great rivalry right there. Like those two are having a rivalry. I mean, from the New York Pro. And people are talking about, oh man, who's going to win? And This is what's great about bodybuilding. When you don't know what's going to happen, when it's not clear cut. And even when it is clear cut, you still don't know. Everybody had Samson pick at the Arnold. Everybody. And it didn't work out that way. Derek came in and it was like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy wasn't the guy at the Olympia. This is the guy. He's new improved Derek. All right. And it was still close. Some people even had Samson winning. I started going to the same gym as Akeem Williams, and him and I were talking. He says he thought Samson won. And I said it. I said it can go either way. I said people called me crazy. Just because the scorecards had Derek 4 points ahead doesn't mean that my eyes are deceiving me. It was very close. Okay, it was very close. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I don't really have a problem with Bob like voicing his opinion. He wasn't mean. He was just direct. And I don't think it bothers Nick that much. And I like Nick's response. Nick was like, who the fuck is Bob? Now, Bob's response after that, I thought was trash. When Bob said, I'll be the guy announcing you eighth at the Olympia. All right, come on, man. Like that's stupid. That's just stupid. Sometimes, just because, if I was in Bob's position and I voiced my opinion and Nick said, who the fuck is John Livia? I would have been like, it is what it is. You know what I would have said? I would have said, make a liar out of me. I would have said, Nick, make a liar out of me. I would have said, win the Olympia, and I will apologize, and I will have you on, and make a liar out of me, prove me wrong. I wouldn't have said I'm the guy that's gonna, and those are the things that why people don't like Bob. It's because when he says things like that, not because he voiced his opinion. But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, there's always drama going on in the bodybuilding world. That's the way it is. You guys like my shirt? I know it's a little corny because the hat matched. I kind of look like a goofy, stupid ass Superman dude. I don't know. I try not to be this matching, but it just went perfect. You know what? Screw you guys. Just like and subscribe. All right? Enough is enough.